Welcome to another episode of Throwing It Back with Sean Farrell. I am Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. Let's get right to it. So, this is going to cause either a discussion or a debate in the comment section, okay? Jason Williams or Mike Bibby? Jason Williams or Mike Bibby? It's a topic for today, okay? So, Jason Williams and Mike Bibby were both in the 98 draft. Both were selected high. They were in the lockout draft, is what I call it, the lockout draft, because that's exactly what it was. The lockout was in effect, or it was about to take effect, if not already it had. And Mike Bibby told the Vancouver Grizzlies don't draft. And yet the Grizzlies drafted him anyway. And he was basically in basketball Siberia for the first 3 years of his career. So Jason Williams went to a rebuilding Sacramento Kings team that had completely tore down their roster. Only 2 players remained from the 98 squad. Corliss Williamson and Lawrence Funderburk were the only ones who were still there. Okay. And so the Kings had completely remade their roster. They brought in Jason Williams, Chris Webber, Vlade Divac, Vernon Maxwell, John Barry, and Peja Stojakovic. Okay. So Kings brought in 7 new players, okay? And they had another guy on the roster by the name of Michael Hawkins, okay? And Oliver Miller was actually on that team for a few games in 1999, believe it or not. Yes, Oliver Miller. And Oliver Miller was way overweight, okay? By the time he joined the Kings in 1999, but he only lasted a few games with the Kings in 1999. So, yeah. The Kings had completely revamped their roster from 98, okay? And so the Kings improved 99, 2000, 2001. They steadily improved each year. Went to the playoffs all 3 years. First 3 years of Jason Williams' career there. They went to the playoffs all 3 years. But things weren't good behind the scenes, and even on the court, things weren't good. First of all, they sent Jason Williams and Nick Anderson to the Grizzlies for Mike Bibby and Brent Price. Okay, Jeff Petrie said at the time, the general manager of the Kings said trading a player who did as much as Jason Williams did was tough, but we're really excited about what we're getting in Mike. Turnovers, poor shot selection. Rick Adelman would sit Jason Williams in the fourth quarter during clutch moments. Jason Williams was unhappy with his role in 2001. Not only did he have turnovers and poor shot selection, he had Luka Doncic-like defensive effort, poor defense, and as a result, Adelman would sit him in the fourth quarter. Rick Adelman said at the time, Mike is a good shooter, and at this stage of his career, he's a better all-around player than Jason. Okay. The Kings wanted him to develop into a complete point guard, which Jason Williams never did. He never improved. Okay. He was the same. He came in as a rookie in 1999. Pistol Pete Maravich handles. A lot of flash, a lot of excitement. Okay. He was a rookie in 1999, but basically, the next year, he was the same player he was as a rookie. And when 2001 came, he was still the same player he was as a rookie. Okay? So he really showed no improvement. The Kings saw that he never really developed. Like Rick Adelman wanted him to develop. Like the Kings organization wanted him to develop. And so he did lead the league in turnovers for a couple of consecutive years there. Jason Williams did lead the league in turnovers. I'm a high dad. Okay. So, yeah. Kings wanted a more complete point guard. Also, Jeff Petrie thought that Jason Williams' skills on the basketball court were far outweighed by his erratic behavior off the court. Okay. And his lack of improvement, as I just mentioned. Bibby was the complete package without Jason Williams' handles. Okay. So Mike Bibby was a better three-point shooter. He was he was a bit better on the defensive end than Jason Williams. His shot selection was good. He could pass the ball real well. He was a true floor general. And so, yeah. And I think most of all, Mike Bibby was a stable guy on the court and off the court. unlike Jason Williams, okay? And so I was watching the episode of NBA Open Court. Okay? I was watching the episode of NBA Open Court. And it was the episode from back in the early 2010s, okay? And Kenny Smith asked Chris Webber, he said, "Can I put you on the spot?" And so then Chris Webber said, "Yeah." Kenny Smith said, "Jason Williams on Mike Bibby." This is what Chris Webber said. Chris Webber was like, "Whew. That's a good one." He said, "Out of the other two, I would probably have to say Mike." And then Shaquille O'Neal went and like, "Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it." And so Kenny Smith said, watching your reaction, watching how Chris Webber reacted to that question, Kenny Smith thought Webber liked playing with Jason Williams more, because Kenny Smith also said if it wasn't for Jason Williams, there would be no Mike Bibby. And so then Chris Webber was like, "That's true. Okay, that's true." Okay, so Webber went on to say this about Jason Williams. He said there was too much pressure on him. He wasn't ready. The Kings were up and coming, building a identity, and he also said Jason Williams would get regularly criticized for the things that he did on the court. Again, he did lead the league in turnovers. He did turn the ball over very frequently. Okay, which irritated Rick Adelman. Okay, so Webber went on to say when Mike came in, Mike was a little bit more mature. He was a little bit more complete than Jason Williams. But Chris Webber said, "I had fun playing with both." Okay. So, yeah. So you could tell when Kenny Smith asked Chris Webber that question, and he went like, whew. Man. And Chris Webber said out of the two, he said he would take Mike. Oh. They were so surprised. They were legitimately surprised. Because, again, Kenny Smith said, based off your reaction, I thought you were going to say Jay Will. So, yeah, so what do you guys think? Mike Bibby or Jay Will? This might turn into debate in the comment section, okay, more than a discussion. So, what do y'all all think? Mike Bibby or J. Will? Peace out, y'all. God bless.